Welcome back to the channel. Today's story dives deep behind palace walls, into a moment that shocked royal staff and sparked real anger where calm professionalism is usually enforced. This is the exposed story of how Sarah Ferguson, Duchess of York, reportedly sent palace staff into a rage over one single request. Sarah Ferguson, often known as Fergie, has always been one of the most unpredictable figures connected to the British royal family. From her early days as the lively, outspoken wife of Prince Andrew to her complicated post-divorce relationship with the monarchy, she has never quite fit the traditional royal mold. That difference, once seen as refreshing, has also been the source of serious tension behind the scenes. Household was still very real. She continued to live at Royal Lodge in Windsor with Prince Andrew, despite their divorce, and she maintained access to staff, security, and household services. While she did not carry official royal authority, many staff members still found themselves answering to her needs, often walking a fine line between courtesy and obligation. According to insiders, the issue began during a period when palace staff were already under intense pressure. Royal households operate on strict routines, detailed protocols, and long-established hierarchies. Every request is expected to follow a chain of command, and any sudden change can disrupt days of planning. Staff are trained to remain calm, discreet, and loyal no matter the circumstances. However, this time, that professionalism was tested to its limits. The request itself was described as sudden, demanding, and completely out of step with established arrangements. Sarah Ferguson allegedly insisted on a last-minute change involving household logistics that had already been finalized well in advance. Staff members were reportedly informed that what had been carefully planned over several days now needed to be undone and rearranged immediately to suit her personal preference. For palace staff, this was not a simple inconvenience. Such changes require coordination between multiple departments, including household management, security, catering, and transport. One alteration can trigger a domino effect, forcing staff to work extended hours and redo tasks that were already completed. Insiders say the tone of the request only added fuel to the fire, as it was perceived as dismissive of the effort already invested. What truly pushed staff into a rage was the belief that Sarah Ferguson no longer held the authority to make such demands. As a non-working royal, her requests were expected to be reasonable, flexible, and respectful of protocol. Instead, staff reportedly felt they were being treated as if nothing had changed, as though the years of controversy and distancing from official royal duties had never happened. Behind closed doors, frustration grew quickly. While no one openly confronted her, conversations among staff became heated. Some reportedly questioned why they were being asked to scramble for someone who was not representing the crown. Others felt the request symbolized a deeper issue of boundaries being ignored repeatedly over the years. This was not the first time Sarah Ferguson had been associated with tension among royal staff. Throughout her marriage to Prince Andrew, she was known for her informal style and emotional approach, which often clashed with the rigid expectations of palace life. While some staff appreciated her warmth and openness, others struggled with what they saw as unpredictability and a lack of respect for structure. After her divorce, matters became even more complicated. Sarah Ferguson was technically outside the royal inner circle, yet she continued to occupy royal property and maintain close ties. This unusual arrangement created confusion for staff, who were never entirely sure how to categorize her role. Was she a private resident, or was she still to be treated like a senior royal? That uncertainty often placed staff in uncomfortable positions. In this particular incident, insiders claim the emotional toll on staff was significant. Palace employees are bound by strict confidentiality rules and rarely speak publicly about their experiences. However, frustration can build when individuals feel undervalued or overworked. For some, this request represented a breaking point, a moment when years of quiet compliance finally boiled over internally. It is important to note that Sarah Ferguson herself has often spoken about feeling misunderstood by the royal system. often spoken about feeling misunderstood by the royal system. She has described palace life as isolating and emotionally challenging, especially for someone with a more expressive personality. From her perspective, requests that seem reasonable in a private household may not translate smoothly within the highly regulated royal environment. Still, the reaction from staff suggests a deeper disconnect. Royal households function on mutual respect, where status does not excuse disregard for process. When that balance is disrupted, even the most loyal employees can feel resentment. In this case, insiders say the anger was not just about one request, but about a pattern of expectations that no longer aligned with reality. The incident also reignited broader discussions about entitlement within royal circles. For years, public debate has questioned where the line should be drawn between personal privilege and public responsibility. When someone is no longer carrying out official duties, should they retain the same access to resources and staff? This situation highlighted how blurred those lines can become. Despite the reported rage behind the scenes, the situation was handled quietly, as most royal conflicts are. No official complaint was made public, and life at Royal Lodge continued as usual. Outwardly, there was no sign of disruption. But for those involved, the memory of the incident lingered as a reminder of unresolved tensions. Sarah Ferguson has since continued her public life with a focus on charity work, writing, and media appearances. She often presents herself as reflective, having learned from past mistakes and hardships. Whether she was fully aware of the impact of her request on staff remains unclear, as palace culture rarely allows for open confrontation or feedback. What this story ultimately reveals is the hidden human side of royal life. Behind the grand facades, elegant events, and carefully managed images are real people dealing with stress, hierarchy, and emotional strain. Staff members are expected to serve flawlessly, while navigating complex relationships with individuals whose roles may be undefined. For viewers, this incident offers a rare glimpse into how even a single request can expose deeper cracks within an institution built on tradition and restraint. It shows that privilege, when left unchecked, can strain even the most disciplined environments. And it reminds us that respect is not just about titles, but about understanding the systems and people that keep everything running. As royal dynamics continue to evolve in the modern era, stories like this raise important questions. How should former royals be positioned within the system? Where should boundaries be enforced? And how can institutions adapt while protecting those who work tirelessly behind the scenes? Thank you for watching today's video. If you found this deep dive into royal drama insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, stay curious and keep looking beyond the palace gates.